Welcome everyone to my channel. I'm sharing a story that's incredibly personal and deeply affecting. If you're as moved by this tale as I hope you will be, please hit the subscribe button below. It means so much to me. On July 20th, 2012, our lives changed forever when one of the darkest days in Colorado's history unfolded right before my eyes. As a college student and movie lover, I had no idea that night would go down as the worst mass shooting in state history. The movie theater was packed with excited moviegoers enjoying The Dark Knight Rises, but it soon turned into an unimaginable nightmare. We were sitting towards the front of Theater 9 at Century 16 AMC, just a few rows back from the screen. I had been eagerly awaiting this film for weeks and brought along my friends Leo and Samantha to make our night even more special. We laughed and joked as the previews played on the big screen. No one could have anticipated what was about to happen. But then, out of nowhere, chaos erupted. A man with a mask entered through the side exit and began firing shots into the theater in an instant frenzy of terror. The sound of gunshots filled the air, shattering the illusion of safety we all felt at that moment. Screams echoed around us as people scrambled for exits or cowered behind seats. Can you imagine the sheer horror that must have washed over those who witnessed it? I was paralyzed with fear and couldn't move. Everything happened so fast. Then, suddenly, Leo grabbed my hand and shouted for us to run. We stumbled through the aisle in a mad dash towards the theater's exit door, bullets whizzing by our heads. I can still vividly recall the sight of that white car parked right outside as we burst out into the alleyway. The shooter was outside too, but mercifully he didn't pursue us. I'll never forget how my heart pounded in my chest and my lungs burned from running for what felt like an eternity before police arrived to rescue us. Miraculously, Leo, Samantha, and I escaped without injury, a stroke of pure luck that we're all still grateful for today. But the aftermath was devastating. Our friend's husband suffered severe injuries to his leg in the shooting, leaving him unable to walk properly ever again. He's endured countless surgeries and rehab sessions over the years. The trauma didn't just affect those physically hurt. It left an indelible mark on all of us who were there that night. The shooter was later identified as James Holmes, a deranged individual with orange-dyed hair and menacing black contacts who had meticulously planned his attack for months. He even set up booby traps in his apartment before driving to the theater. As we went through the legal process of testifying against him at trial, I felt sick to my stomach every time I saw Holmes's blank stare across the courtroom. The man responsible for this senseless tragedy would never show remorse or take responsibility. It was surreal and chilling. Facing Holmes in court was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But we had to do it for closure and to ensure justice was served, no matter how hollow that may feel. In the end, he was sentenced to 3,318 years in prison, a sentence so lengthy it effectively means life behind bars. This is the man who tried to take my life and those of everyone else there that night. The man who stole a 6-year-old girl's life forever. A man who caused grief that will last generations. But seeing him sentenced was some small comfort, knowing he won't be able to hurt anyone else ever again. I share this story not just to relive the horror, but also to highlight the importance of gun control and mental health awareness. We must do better as a society if we want to prevent such tragedies from happening in the future. Thank you all for listening. I know it's difficult, but sharing stories like these is how we find strength and support one another through unimaginable pain. If my experience can inspire action or empathy, then maybe there's some small silver lining amidst the darkness of that night. If you've been affected by this story in any way, please reach out. I'm here for anyone who needs to talk about it. And if you're moved by what you've heard today, don't forget to subscribe and share my channel so others can hear these important stories too. Let's use our voices to make a difference. Thank you again for being part of this journey with me.